Howdy everybody, DishNet34 here, welcoming you to episode 4 of Let's Play My Little Investigations True Blue Scootaloo. In last episode, we interrogated Apple Bloom about what happened last night and about her Kingdom Crusaders cape. She says it was about protecting Scootaloo, and she saw Scootaloo running away from the Carousel Boutique after they're practicing a comedy routine. So, with that in mind, we got Apple Bloom's testimony here, which reads, "Anyway, we were practicing in the town square last night like always. Things were going pretty well. We took a break, during which time me and Sweet Belle hung out by the bridge. But I don't know where Scootaloo was at that time or what she was up to." So, in this episode, we're going to talk to Rarity because that's pretty much the next logical thing we can do, and really the only other main character we can really talk to and stuff at this point. So, let's start talking to Rarity. And we're going to talk about, not what was stolen, not about fixing the cape, but last night, since it has a lock on it. And those locks, again, represent that we needed a piece of evidence to unlock another piece of the conversation. So let's do that.
Rarity, I think we should start with what happened last night.
Of course, darling. What would you like to know?
Could you just...
Well,
We've been through this.
I would...
And that...
No.
And we went through this dialogue. But we have to present some evidence to her now. And I think the evidence we should present is Apple Bloom's testimony. I think that's what we should present at this point.
Why, thank you, darling. But I'm afraid that I haven't a clue what I'd use it for.
And
Sorry.
apparently that's not right. I wonder. Scootaloo. I think the next logical choice now would probably be Scootaloo since she got added to our profiles last time, so let's do that.
Rarity, I hate to say it, but I don't think you're telling me the whole truth here.
Why, darling, whatever do you mean? I dare say I resent your accusation, my dear.
Alright then, let's look at this a different way. How quickly did you come downstairs after you thought something was wrong?
Immediately, of course, but I don't see what relevance that has to anything.
I don't have all the answers here, but neither does Verity. Maybe I can get her to talk, if I make it seem like I know more than I really do. Rarity, I spoke to Apple Bloom earlier and learned that she witnessed Scootaloo crashing through your window last night. I also learned that Scootaloo stayed for roughly a minute before leaving the boutique. Now, if you came downstairs immediately after hearing the crash, don't you think you might have seen something?
I mean, that is... I suppose you do have a point.
Thanks, Celestia. It worked.
Yay, it worked. And last night is unlocked. That was the key to unlock.
Twilight. I did see Scootaloo last night. I did not know what to make of it, and meant to protect her. I do apologize for not being forthright about it.
So that's two people. That's two ponies now. They're trying to protect Scootaloo.
I understand, Rarity, but if that investigation team from Canterlot comes here and finds any of that out, what do you think their conclusion is going to be?
You do have a point, I must say.
Last night added to interrogations. Oh boy, we're gonna have another interrogation episode, folks.
Alright, time to get to the bottom of this.
And now for last night's interrogation. Let's go, baby.
Alright, Rarity. Please tell me everything you know about what you saw last night. I can't help if I don't have all the details.
Of course, Twilight. I shall do my best. I finished my work for yesterday earlier than expected, so I had wanted to get my beauty sleep. I had been somewhat deprived, given that a certain client had made several last-minute orders.
And once again, I'll be pressing for info at every point during this interrogation.
Just a minute. Which certain client was this, out of curiosity?
Who else but Sapphire Shores? She gives me such good business, but I don't want to gossip, of course, but my goodness, does that man love jewels, Twilight? Although, I suppose her request was what got me searching for gems, which was what caused me to find True Blue in the first place. It wasn't so bad, all things told. Well, as soon as I get True Blue back, that is. Hint, hint.
Right, so anyway, you had just gone to sleep?
I had finally fallen into a blissful, restful sleep when, all of a sudden, I awoke to the sound of a loud crash coming from the first floor.
Just a minute. What kind of crash are we talking about, exactly?
The kind of crash that a window makes when it gets broken. Honestly, Twilight, I dare say I needn't spell this one out for you.
Aha, right. So, what did you do when you heard this crash?
Well, I was just scared out of my wits at that moment, so I made great haste downstairs to see what in Celestia's name was going on.
Just a minute. If there were potentially dangerous thieves in your home, why would you have gone downstairs so quickly? Weren't you worried for your safety?
I suppose that I did not even consider the possibility that I might have been in danger, now that you mention it. But really, Twilight, that's rather beside the point, is it not? What I found there was awful, terrible, horrible! The first
Floor of my boutique ransacked, ruined, torn apart. Oh, what's a mare to do?
worse still, True Blue, my prized jewel, was gone, snatched from my very home. And worst of all, the very first thing I saw when I arrived was an orange and purple pony darting out my door. I cannot explain what I saw any other way than to say that a Scootaloo purposely broke into my boutique to steal True Blue. What other explanation could there be?
Let's go back up and press for info on that one.
Just a minute. Rarity, this is incredibly important. Please tell me exactly what it was you saw here. Was there any chance, any at all, that what you saw wasn't Scootaloo?
Well, I'm afraid that it all went by so fast that I didn't get a very good look. I had to turn on the lights before I could see anything at all, and by that time, it had very nearly left. All I can say is that it was definitely something moving, and that I clearly saw the colors orange and purple.
But what about her cape? You didn't see that at all?
All I saw was her backside. Perhaps the cape had gotten wrapped around her front when she crashed through the window. I don't know, Twilight. If that does not describe Scootaloo, then who would it describe?
Is she really the only pony who fits that description? Think, Twilight, think!
And if that was Scootaloo that I saw, then, well,
Just a minute! Is that really the only interpretation there is for what happened?
I'm afraid I can't think of any other, Twilight. I do truly apologize. Surely you can see why I kept this from you, Twilight. This isn't Scootaloo at all. Yet, there she was.
I know this can't be right. It just can't, but is there anything wrong with what she's saying?
I finished my work for yesterday.
Alright, so let's see. What can we do here? Where can we present evidence here? Crash. I think now's the time to present Applebloom's testimony here.
Rarity, what you said contradicts this bit of evidence.
No. I don't believe it does, Twilight.
Oh,
My mistake. What can I do here?
I had...
Maybe I just have to present Applebloom? No.
Oh,
No. Oh, where? What can I present here? Loud crash. Terrible wits, terrible, horrible. When do I present Opal here?
Rarity. Oh.
Because right here is really where I should present evidence here.
Rarity.
No, it's not that.
Oh. Wait a second.
Ah, the hair.
Rarity.
Of course it was the
I know
hair.
that this is going to sound entirely irrelevant,
Gosh.
but I think
Had to
I
think
have
there a
a lead
little
on
bit.
what might have happened to Opalescence. At least, if not True Blue.
Oh, do tell, darling. Although I do admit that I must agree, in that I can't see how this is relevant to what we're discussing here.
I found some white hair right near the tracks outside the window, and judging from their length and color, I don't think there's anyone else they could have come from other than Opalescence. As a result, I think we can reasonably conclude that if those tire marks are from Scootaloo, then it's entirely likely that she crashed through your window completely by accident, not purposefully. She was probably trying to avoid crashing into Opal, which may well have spooked Opal into running away.
Really? But then, that makes things all the more peculiar. Because it is still the fact that she must have stolen True Blue, no?
Let me ask a very important question before answering that.
Which one do we think it is? Is there another way in or out of the boutique? Do you lock your door each night? Do you think that Opal might have stolen the True Blue? Well, Opal's a cat. She's pretty small. True Blue is pretty big. That can't really be it. Is there another way in or out of the boutique? That could be a thing. Do you lock your door each night? Seems like an outlandish question. But why would Opalescence be outside? Let's just ask the question that seems out of place.
Do you, by any chance, keep your door locked when you go to sleep at night?
Why, yes, of course I do. But I don't see what that has to do with anything.
One follow-up question then. Do you also bring an Opal from outside when you go to bed?
Of course! The poor dear, I couldn't leave her to fend for herself at night.
Then I think we've established something even more important than the accidental break-in.
Twilight, I must ask that you be more direct, as I am not following one word you're saying.
All right, let's think about the facts of the case thus far. We know that you heard a crash and came downstairs to see Scootaloo quickly leaving your boutique. We can reasonably conclude that she probably was responsible for the broken window. However, we also know that the broken window was likely an accident, and that she had veered off course with her scooter because she was avoiding Opal, who was immediately in front of her path. You just told me, though, that you bring in Opal and lock your door at night, so that raises perhaps the most interesting question of all here.
That it will be an interesting question here.
Namely, what was Opal doing outside in the first place?
Exactly. Why was Opal outside?
But she would have gotten out when Scootaloo opened the door, would she not?
That's not possible. Think about it. When was it that she veered to avoid Opal?
Right before she crashed through the window.
I trust you're beginning to see my point. If indeed your door had been locked and had remained that way until Scootaloo left, there would have been no way Opal would have been outside in the first place.
But that would mean that some pony else was in my boutique as well?
And the plot thickens.
Exactly. I think we can reasonably conclude at this point that there at least is the possibility that someone else had entered your boutique before Scootaloo, and that they're the ones who opened the door so that Opal could get out. The question now, though, is who that would be, and that's just what I'm going to find out.
Scootaloo updated in profiles. She could not have been the culprit. Someone else had entered before her.
Well, good luck with that.
Are you still doubting me after all this, Rarity?
Well, it's just hard to see you as a detective.
Tell me, who was right about Nightmare Moon?
You, darling, but
And who solved the mystery of the
you again, but I really...
And who recognized that Princess Cadence had been replaced by a fake?
Once again, you, but you see...
So, why does no punny ever listen to me?
Exactly! 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 Twilight gets no love. A lot of people need to give her a little RESPECT. 'Cause that's what it means to her.
Well, I suppose it's that eventually you must be due for getting something wrong. Wouldn't you agree?
That is so baseball sabermetric logic right there.
I could explain the many reasons that argument doesn't hold any water, but by the time I even got to Bray's theorem, the Canterlot investigative team would have gotten here and convicted Fluttershy of something like running an illegal bear fighting club.
Illegal bear fighting club.
Probably best to drop the subject now, while I have the chance. Sure. That, makes sense, I guess. Anyways, I'd best be off. More investigating and such like. Thanks for the help, Rarity.
Anytime, my dear.
Where do I go from here, though? It feels like I've talked to just about every pony.
Other than Scootaloo, of course.
Wait, Scootaloo. Scootaloo, that's it! I haven't talked to all the Cutie Mark Crusaders yet. And if Applebloom is involved, then the others probably are as well. Now, if I recall correctly, I can get to their clubhouse via the western exit of the town square. It's worth a shot, at any rate.
And we can now go to Sweet Apple Acres, which is where we are going to go right now. Yeah, head our way over there now to talk to Scootaloo. We have a few minutes left, so might as well at least get there first. A few minutes left in the episode. Sorry it was another interrogation episode, and those usually take a while to complete as it is. And hello there, cutscene.
Huh? Where's Applebloom? I guess she had to head out or something.
Yeah, Applebloom is, not there.
Hey, Twilight, what's up?
Oh! Hello there, Rainbow Dash.
Don't startle me like that, Rainbow Dash!
Sorry. So what you up to, Twilight? You're looking all concentrating and stuff.
Haven't you heard? Rarity's prize jewel was stolen last night. And I'm investigating.
Come on, Twilight. Are you sure she didn't just misplace it? And then search high, and then search low, and high and low.
Rainbow Dash, this is serious! Her window was broken in the middle of the night, and the mayor has enlisted the help of a certain investigative team from Canterlot to handle this case.
Did you say the investigation team from Canterlot? You didn't mean the one that tried to drag Derpy on charges of Grand Theft Muffin,
Oh
right?
dear God. Okay, so apparently everybody has had some bad experiences with the Candlelight Investigative Team. And each one have been more and more hilarious each and every time.
That's the one.
You gotta do something, Twilight! They're gonna ruin everything! Again!
I know, Rainbow Dash, I know. But, say, while you're here, I could ask you some questions.
Me? But I don't...
It's for Verity, Rainbow Dash.
Fine. Whatever.
And so we are going to do that on the next episode of Let's Play My Little Investigations True Blue Scootaloo. We are going to talk to Rainbow Dash in that next episode. So, until then, DishNet34 signing out.